Hello and welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. We're really excited because we're going to be eating with you today, and we're going to take you through an exercise from our Lightning Strikes Transformation in a Box edition. So what we want to do is demonstrate some ways to disrupt your brain, which opens it up to new ways of thinking and problem solving. And that's what Transformotion in a Box is all about.
So in case you missed it, Transformotion in a Box is our quarterly subscription box of inspiration designed to take your brain off its leash. So we have in each box a workbook, a playlist, and 5 to 8 multi-sensory items, and together they help guide your thinking and get you out of your ruts for bigger, badder ideas.
So Kristen said multi-sensory. Every box has got something to eat or drink. And since this is a lunch and learn, we thought it'd be really fun to show you one of the food items that we've included in our box. So today we have Grandma Horner's Big Slice Apple Chunks, and they are really delicious. So they're perfect for putting in your lunch or something like this because they're easy to transport. So you might say, oh gosh, Martha, these look really delicious. I'm going to get out a spoon or a fork to eat these. But no, we're going to use chopsticks because we're trying to help our brains not just be on autopilot, but do something different. So we're going to dig in.
Okay, this exercise has actually 2 elements. Okay, so as Martha mentioned, it's not Marcia, it's Martha. Sorry.
Martha today. But,
Martha. The first part of breaking a habit is doing something differently. That's why we have the chopsticks. So where you are used to digging in with a fork or spoon and you don't really have to think about how do I use a fork, how do I use a spoon. Using chopsticks for many of us requires our brain to think differently. But we also want you to be mindful. And so we have a checklist of things to help guide this. So it's on page 9 of our book. And Kristen's gonna guide us through this part so that we can be mindful as we eat our apples.
But doesn't that mean she's going to do this and she's not going to get to eat while she's eating?
I got to hand it off so I can eat now.
So yeah, we're not just going to eat, we're going to be mindful. So let's have, let's have a couple bites. And as we're taking our bites, notice the color and let's give it a descriptive name. So not just yellow, but something different.
Okay, well, I have the cinnamon French toast, and it's really good, and it really has a deep golden color, so I think gold or golden maybe. And when you think about apples and how nutritious they are, it's like gold in food.
I'm going to say sunshine. That's especially on the sunshiny day. I say sunshine.
It reminds me of the color of honey, like almost spot on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a deep color.
Okay, I have the blueberries and pomegranate, and these are amazingly delicious. And these are a really dark burgundy color. So, if I were thinking really hard, let's see, what would my color be? I'm not going to say a regular color. I'm going to try to say something else. Maybe like a Kansas sunset. I don't know. What do you think, Kristen?
It reminds me of beets.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ruby. It's almost like deep red, like a ruby.
I like that. Okay.
So what else? What flavors are we detecting? In 3 words, what flavors are we detecting here? In ours, we've got, I'm definitely tasting that French toast.
I can smell it. It smells delicious. Oh, am I jumping ahead?
No. It reminds me of that Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
Mine definitely has some citrus in with the apple. And definitely it's got the cinnamon.
Mine's blueberries and pomegranate, but I think I'm also tasting maybe a little bit of a floral kind of taste. Like making me think of maybe lavender or something like that.
That's interesting.
It's really good.
Okay, so
I'm not going to cheat and look at the ingredient
I
label.
know, I really want to.
So the next one here says What does the aroma make you think of? I know I mentioned it made me think of that cereal, almost spot on. But it also makes me think of a lazy day in the kitchen when Grandma's cooking something special in the oven with that cinnamon.
That's a really nice, happy feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it smells like a special Sunday brunch to me. It's like, you know, that apple cinnamon, definitely comfort.
Yeah, comfort food.
Smells like comfort. Okay. I'm glad there's a napkin here.
I know. I think we're doing remarkably well with these chopsticks. And so if you're trying something along with us as you're having your lunch, I hope you've switched it up and you're eating with not the normal utensil.
Maybe you have 2 pencils for your chopsticks.
Or I was just about to think, or maybe you're eating with your
See, what-
fingers,
if
but
I
this
did
would be a
left-
total mess.
I did my left hand. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
This is really hard.
So should we, okay, so let's brainstorm some other things that this makes us think of.
So we've used our eyes and our nose and our mouth. Now, let's use our mouth some more and let's get a feel for the food. So how does it feel in our mouths or our laps?
Our lap, yep. Well, it's cold because we've had it in the refrigerator, so that's really refreshing. The chopsticks are kind of slick, but thankfully there's some little grooves on them so it can help me get my food better. So now I'm noticing that as I'm trying to think about this whole experience.
Well, mine has a lot of nice sauce, but the chunks still have some crunch to them. My apples still have a little bit of crunch.
It feels like eating pears, you know? The way that they're kettle cooked or something, it's got that pear texture to it. A little bit grainy.
Okay, what else am I noticing? My taste buds are smiling.
What else do you notice, AR? That's our last question here.
Okay, so
Color
truth be
variations?
told, I'm getting the apple chunks, but I need a spoon for this lovely sauce afterward. Each bite, because I'm starting to run out of apples, and it's making me sad because they're very good. They're very delicious, and I'm almost out of apples. So I'm trying to cherish each bite.
Well, I was just going to say, because we're doing this differently, we're making the experience last longer. So we're opening up our minds and all of our senses to what we're doing and stretching that out rather than just gobbling something down and having it gone like that.
Well, that's how people approach problem solving a lot. They want to jump to the end too soon, and they don't want to do the work of taking the time to take that problem apart.
Sometimes it does take more time, yeah. So, okay, you all may be sitting here thinking, Martha, Alex, and Kristen, that's great. You are having fun with this little delicious treat, and you've got your chopsticks, but I don't get it. How is this going to help me think bigger and better? Well, I had this brainstorm this morning while I was trying to think about how we're going to talk about this today, and I was reminded of The Karate Kid. Now, there are 2 versions of this movie, so probably you've had a chance to see one. If not, you can go on YouTube after this and look for it, Wax On, Wax Off. So if you remember, if you've seen the movie, little Daniel's son has been, he's asked his sensei to teach him karate. And what happens? He gets there and the sensei wants him to wax his car, and he wants him to paint the fence, and he wants him to sand the deck. And the young boy is finally exasperated, and he's so angry, and he's like, you've just got me for slave labor. You don't have me learning anything. And then the sensei shows him that how those motions he was doing actually are important moves into being a good karate student. So this is kind of like that too. Sometimes you have to put your brain in these different places, or you have to do some different things than you normally do so that you can start breaking free and coming up with those new things. So this is our wax on, wax off, by trying a treat with a different way that you normally enjoy it, and then really taking time to think about what are those senses or what are those things I'm experiencing while I'm doing it. Do we have any comments? Is anybody chiming in or telling us what they're doing?
I see we have Ashley with us. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Thanks for joining us. Do you have any questions about this exercise?
Not to put you on the spot or
Yeah,
anything.
not to put you on the
Put her
spot.
on the spot.
Well, hey, this is our little mini lunch and learn so that you can get the idea. If you would like to have that little worksheet that Kristen took us through, just message us and we'll give that to you so that you can try this on your own and actually go through all those exercises yourself. In the meantime, if you're really ready to just dive in and get a whole box of brainstorm goodness to help you be better and more effective in your business, just go to our website, transformotioninabox.com, and register. Sign up today.
Thanks,
Cheers.
everybody.
Thank you.
Exercise those brain
Love
muscles.
these apples. Love these apples.